What's up, guys? Can you believe we spent the last 14 Wednesdays together? Thanks for being here. It's such a dream to capture these memories of our life and hopefully try to remember all the little moments that have made this adventure so special for us. It's even cooler that along the way we've connected with some of you and are building a tiny community here on YouTube. If you're new here, we're Cass and Keen, and we have two cockapoos named Honey and Doodle. Please subscribe and share our channel. It's completely free and means the world to us. This week is full of conquering fears and soaking in the slow magic of life on the water. Spoiler alert, the emu makes a cameo, and unfortunately, so does my fear of sharks.
We're going out the Cay Cut, the dreaded Cay Cut, that is. And we picked a day that was basically dead wind, so that way we'd have some decently calm seas. We're getting a little bit of rollers coming at us from Treasure Cay, but not too bad so far. We're at noon, so around high tide. Probably could have gone through the Don't Rock passage with a few other catamarans, but we figured we'd play it safe this time, especially since we just lost the drone and we pulled up the anchor and we lost the shackle, the bolt for the shackle on the Mantis Bridal. So not sure how that happened. It must have just backed out over some time and I wasn't checking it well enough. So I'll have to order another one of those, but we'll let you know how the Cay Cut goes.
Alright, I'll save you the wind noise. Keenan was just pointing out that we'd be sailing between that little sliver of land and the breakers over there. Sailing through the Abacos means making the choice, the whale cut or the Don't Rock passage. The whale takes you into the open Atlantic, and when it's calm, it's no big deal, but throw in some swell and it can get gnarly really fast. Don't Rock keeps you in the protected shallows, but it's narrow and only recommended at mid to high tide for shallow draft boats. Our Lagoon 380 draws 3 feet 9 inches, and we watched as a few other catamarans slipped through with no issue. We radioed with a few boats, and with such a good weather window, we ultimately decided to play it safe and take the whale cut. We slowly made our way through the cut and felt reassured by our decision. Everything was going pretty smoothly. It was hard to capture, but the waves breaking on the shore were absolutely wild. Honey, of course, made herself comfy in her favorite passage spot, that is when she's not in her dad's lap, which is tucked under the table like nothing was happening.
All right, so we just crossed through the Cay Cut. Wasn't bad at all once we got outside. There were some pretty big rollers getting out there, but they were very spaced apart, so it wasn't bad at all. So we picked the right weather conditions.
Does anyone else feel like their dog aged backwards living on a boat? She's 15 years old. But anyways, it's time to bring down the sail.
Now we are heading into Marsh Harbor, so we can go check that out and see what the little town has to offer. We didn't have much wind, so we couldn't really put up the sails, but it's a beautiful day out here and this water is insanely blue.
You want dessert?
Yes. Yes, thank you. Husband tax.
Alright, we just dropped anchor in Marsh Harbor. It's quite busy here, but we found a little spot.
Yeah, I like being out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it's better when there's no one around, but we don't plan on hanging out here too long, I don't think. Maybe just tonight.
Yeah, show them how busy it is.
Yeah, let me show you. Maybe this is normal, but it hasn't been the normal that we've been experiencing yet.
Yeah,
So,
it's like West Palm busy.
yeah, busier. Anyways, it should just be a quick little stop. I don't know. Maybe we'll stock up on a few groceries, but I don't think we plan on hanging out here, so yeah. So that was a very quick stop. We were anchored for maybe 30 minutes, and then we realized most people just come here to do groceries. And there might be a little bit more, but me and Keaton haven't done a ton of research in general on the Abacos, but I know we're both really excited about exploring Hopetown area, and it's like an hour from here, so we figured we'll just go ahead and explore it, and why wait? We have to come back here in like 5 days anyways for my flight, so while we have the time, gonna go check out an area that we're actually really excited about, or that we've just done enough research. There could be plenty of exciting things here that we just aren't aware of, so let's do it. As we've mentioned before, our full-time job is filming weddings. Whenever we bought this boat back in January, we had a few weddings already booked for the springtime, so we were planning our routes based on when I needed to be at the airport. We had 5 days before I flew out from Marsh Harbor, so we decided to go check out Cay and do a few boat projects before heading into Hopetown. I was about to ask you to tell me what you were doing. Tell me what you're doing in there.
Well, I was searching for, praying and hoping that they had spare bridal shackles, because for some reason it looked like one of our bolts backed out on our shackle up there. So we would need to order a new one, but this looks like the exact shackle. So I love Joni and Norbert for having such organized boat and spare parts.
Look at this, it's labeled so perfectly. We love you guys.
Seriously, the best.
We got the best boat ever.
So now fingers crossed that they
this fits.
They fit.
We're getting a little overexcited.
But I'm excited. It says it, so fingers crossed. But these also could be the ones that go to the side of the bow.
Yeah, but could it, if
but
it
hopefully
fits
they're the
on,
same size.
Yeah,
That would be amazing. I think what happened, we pulled up anchor this morning and just the mantis hook was attached to the chain when we pulled up the anchor this morning. So what I think happened was the bolt that holds, I mean, you can see it right here, the bolt is still on there, but, or sorry, the shackle is still on there, but the bolt is not in there anymore. So it was not connected to this. Ignore this. This is just a temporary soft shackle we were putting on there in case we needed it. But it looks like what probably happened was this bolt over time, I don't know how, not really sure, probably just started to back out when it was in there, and I just didn't catch it. And with the high winds last night, current, whatever, it was backed out far enough that it just popped right out and came up with just the mantis hook attached. This looks like it's going to be the exact same size as this one, according to the numbers.
Yeah, let me hold the extra shackle, and then that way you can see if the bolt works. Does it work?
It's really, really tight in there. And I don't know if it's...
Was it that tight in this one?
No. Okay, so we just went ahead and put the new shackle on, since the other one was a little bit more firm, trying to get the screw in there. But that's essentially what happened, is this bolt came out of holding the mantis hook together. So thank you, Joni and Norbert, for being so organized and having spare parts on the boat. You guys are awesome. I love you guys for being so organized. Now we're back in business.
The sun set on another perfect day in the Bahamas, and it was time to wake up and do it all over again.
Okay, so welcome back to Boat Life, where you're always fixing things in beautiful locations, right? That's what they always say. Oh, excuse me, honey. Okay, all right. So, our new project, yeah, snap them in. Lock in. All right. So, our boat project for today is our freezer will not open. So, I think it is frozen over, however that decided to happen. Oh my gosh. Another project is our latch also seems to not be closing fully, so I think we're just gonna have to order a new one of those, or I'm gonna have to take the whole assembly apart and try and fix it up, whatever the issue is, find out what's going on. Okay, so here's the latch. You can see it's supposed to go inside if you push it close and latch, but that is not latching fully. We'll have to figure that out in another time. Right now, our freezer, you can't really tell, but I'm pulling on this. Our freezer does not want to open, so I'm gonna have to try and use some tools to get up in there and see if I can chip away at some of the ice. Let's give it a go. So, if you can see what I'm doing here, I am picking at the ice at the top of the freezer, which I believe is keeping the drawer
from being able to open. That is my only guess. So I'm gonna keep working at this and come back to you. We are successful. Okay, so chipping the ice away did not work. I just kept hitting myself in the face with ice chunks. So next option was to turn off the power to the fridge and freezer for 15 minutes. And at first I didn't think it was gonna work, but then I started giving it a little bit of a tug and I could tell that it was starting to move a little. So I gave it one good yank and popped it open. So the freezer is finally open, and now I just need to clear out all of that frost in the back so it doesn't get frosted over again and sealed shut.
Honey, are you eating the ice? Oh, it already looks a lot better. Good job.
And action.
Okay, so we are in Manowar Key, right? Manowar Key? We are in Manowar Key. We've been here for a few days. We were hiding out from some winds. We went and explored the town finally yesterday. It was a Saturday, like around 5 o'clock, so pretty much everything was closed. But they did look like they had a few cute spots if you are able to go. Like during the week, during the day, I know there's a cute like sales store, stuff like that. But it was still nice to walk around, get the dogs out, just stretch our legs after being on the boat for a few days. Now we're heading to Hopetown. We didn't do a ton of research before we came to the Abacos, just with timing and, you know,
Just want to explore.
Yeah, we just wanted to explore. So, and kind of see where the days would take us. But this was one spot that we had picked out that we knew we wanted to check out. So we're really excited to see like what it has to offer. I know there's a cute little lighthouse there and just a fun little spot to check out. So we're going to spend the next few days there. It's a Sunday, so not sure how much will be open today, but we're going to be there till probably like Wednesday as long as the weather's fine. So that should give us a good chance to check things out and get a feel for it, show you guys around. It's a little bit later of a start than we had anticipated. We want to kind of clean the boat. I am shocked how dirty a boat gets and how often we have to clean it. So we cleaned up the boat this morning. We cleaned our toaster oven, which always gets dirty. So if y'all keep your toaster ovens clean, please let us know how you do that. But yeah, so we're getting ready to pull up anchor, head over to Hopetown and spend the next few days exploring there. I'm actually flying back to North Carolina on Thursday to film a wedding. So this will probably be one of the last spots we get to check out in the Abacos before we head to Eleuthera. So really excited to see what it's all about and hope that we get to explore.
Engines are on. Nice morning. Time to get this thing started. Let's see if we can get some sails up. Take a nice leisurely stroll over to Hopetown. All right, here she comes up off the bottom. See if we got some sand. Yeah, we got some sand on there. See the cloud? I'll have to get the boat hook. That was not too bad. Coming off nice and easy. Easy peasy. Now we'll just spin the anchor around a little bit. Beauty. Beauty.
Who's driving the boat?
Oh, your alarm's going off. We always forget to turn off the anchor alarm, so it's going off right now. But we're good, we're driving.
Okay, so we decided to put the main up instead just because we're going to be going pretty much into the wind, which isn't ideal, but gotta unzip the bag. Alright, Keenan is currently turning the boat to be downwind, and then we're going to put the jib out. It's a really, really calm day on the water today, so not sure how much, but
We got time to kill.
we got time
Want
to
to have
kill
some
it.
fun.
Anytime we can sail, we'd rather sail. So, not in a rush. See if it takes us 100 hours.
I don't know how much we'll get. We're gonna put the jib out to starboard, pick up a little bit of wind, and see how fast we can get moving. Not a ton of wind today. Right now we got 7 knots apparent, so we'll just stroll, take our time out there. Yeah, and have fun with it. Gotta clean up the lines pretty quick, or else the dogs love to lay on them. It's like their favorite spot.
Whoops.
Hold on. Loosen. There you go. We can always loosen. All right, that's good. Good?
Excellent work. Make them your best squats here on camera. Oh! You're going off script for the video? What you thinking?
We are flying, doing a whole 3 knots, 3.5 knots. No, we just don't have enough wind, and we're too close to the wind to really start sailing. But we can motor sail over there. All right, so we made it over to Hopetown. Check out this crazy, nice sandy water. Makes it super blue, and the lighthouse right across from us. Not a bad spot, huh? So I already dropped about 20 feet of the chain out already. Cassidy put an anchor alarm on Anchor Pro, just so we can check to make sure we're not dragging. But now I'm going to put the bridle on, so that way it helps us with swing and takes the pressure off the windlass. This is a great time for Cassidy too, because she hasn't got the opportunity to do this much, and I haven't got the opportunity to drive when we're anchoring, so we're kind of going through each other's roles right now. I just take the Mantis bridle. Yeah, now that we have the spare on, get this guy up over here. Get that into the water. I gotta get this out here. Get this into the water. I wanna make sure both of these are split onto the right side, so that way none of them are tangled or anything when it goes down. And then I wanna pull the Mantis bridle up under, and then go ahead and attach it here. And I know the Mantis, our bridle is pretty long, I think, compared to most people, based on what we were being told. Ours is about, based on our rough guesstimate that I've been doing with the chain, since it's not marked, is roughly 30 feet of chain. Then I know that's when our bridle will be pulled tight, and then we'll have slack on the back side of the chain, so the pressure is off the windlass. So now the anchor is fully out, and we'll just wait till we swing in place to make sure the bridle has enough chain let out to where it's slack in the line, which it's not looking like it. So we'll just let a little bit more out, because I think we're back now. Oops. All right, let's go see a lighthouse.
We are just gonna enjoy this water, and we might clean the bottom of the boat, and then tomorrow we'll do lighthouse and go explore the little town.
We got a great spot next to the lighthouse.
Yeah,
Super clear.
it's beautiful. So we're gonna get in, get the girls in their life jackets, and the water feels cold. Keenan's mad at me for not jumping in.
We've been here for like, I don't know, 3.5 months.
Okay.
And she hasn't
I've
jumped
been here
in
for
yet.
like 3 weeks. Not even. It's cold. So I'm gonna go paddle. That's what I like to do. And we'll clean. But I'll clean on the paddle, and you can clean in the water.
Okay.
And Honey can clean wherever Honey wants to clean.
Okay, put these girls to work.
Our depth meter is still off. It says it's
No, it said it was like 4.3.
4.7.
4.7?
Yeah.
Oh, that's probably right.
Did Honey fall in?
Just a little bit. She's not wet. She's wet.
Okay, jump in, Keenan. Do something cool for the video.
You jump in.
We can't jump in because it's too shallow.
No, you can.
Put Honey in.
You can jump in.
If you get in, do you think Honey would follow you?
No.
Really?
Yeah. She would just do the little. Guys, go get the cleaning brush that you dropped in the water.
Honey, it's right here, Honey.
Jump in and get it.
The sun's not out. How will we know if there's a shark?
You can see it. It's still pretty clear. All right, time to go retrieve the boat cleaning brush. I don't know. We're gonna find out together. Honey, you watch us from the surface and make sure we're good.
Honey, jump in, okay?
All right, go. It's bright. Sun's out.
You're supposed to be coming with
I'm gonna jump in with you.
I'm scared.
Okay, get in. You're right on top of it.
Okay, you jump in
I
first.
don't know if you guys can see it, but it's right there. I think I can see it through the camera. Go! You're floating away from it. Go!
I'm in.
No! Jump in.
I'm in.
Nope. 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 I'm waiting on Honey. Come here, Honey. Okay, let's go.
Are you kidding me? How do we get out?
Pull yourself up.
Okay, don't come for me in the comments. This was not my finest moment, but listen, it's honestly a miracle that Keenan even convinced me to live on a boat because I've been terrified of sharks my entire life. And let's be real, you definitely see them in the Bahamas all the time. I do get better, I promise. We swim and snorkel all the time now, but if I psych myself out before I get in the water, it's game over.
Let's go back to Mom.
Come here, honey.
This way, Honey. Go back up to Mom. Are you coming in? Honey, are you coming in? Might as well go check out the bottom of the boat now.
And if you've been around for a few weeks, you can probably guess what comes next. Post-bath Zoomies. Honey! Girl, you got lucky. And that was the end of a day that just felt perfect. We got in some sailing, even with light winds, but more than anything, it was the time together that made it feel so special. We laughed so hard, and I even faced a little fear and finally jumped in the water. Days like this are the ones that you just want to bottle up. We know there will come a time when it won't just be our little family of 4 living on the water, so we're doing our best to soak in every bit. And honestly, is there a better way to end the day than pulling out the Enu? I swear the girls are never happier than when they're curled up in that spot with Keenan. You're the loudest girl in the anchorage. Where are you getting all these, honey? We can't squeak. Everybody's going to bed. Do you see how dark it is? It's not squeaking hour, honey. Don't kick your legs at me. Well, guys, as always, thanks for tuning in. We'd love to hear from you in the comments as we do our best to reply to everyone. Next Wednesday, we finally get around to exploring Hopetown, and we can't wait to bring you along. Don't forget to subscribe.
Thanks for watching.